What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'll show you the top 3 best umbrella builds in Where Winds Meet. With the release shaking up the meta, new weapon synergies, reworked gear sets, and refined class compositions are changing how builds are dominating the game. No matter if you're focused on healing or doing high DPS, these builds will give you insane power. We will cover everything from mystic arts to gear to internal skills, then even martial arts and rotations, and so much more. The first build revolves around 2 weapons that synchronize almost perfectly: the Healing Umbrella and the Panacea Fan. Both have damage variants, but the focus here is pure sustain. What makes the combination special is how completely their cooldowns complement one another. The Umbrella gives you autonomous healing through its airborne totem, while the Fan provides wide AoE coverage, strong burst recovery, and even revives. At the heart of this setup is the Umbrella's healing kit. Its direct heal stabilizes any teammate who dips into danger, but its true power is the airborne totem. Once launched, the Umbrella hangs overhead, floating after your group like a mobile support tower. It constantly targets and heals the weakest ally without requiring any attention from you. That passive freedom allows you to swap to your Fan immediately, continuing your healing rotation. Meanwhile, the Fan steps in with 2 major tools: the wide AoE heal that stabilizes your party after group-wide damage, and the heavy heal that can restore a nearly downed player or fully revive fallen allies in co-op content. These 2 weapons create 4 independent healing cooldowns, allowing near-permanent uptime if you combine them correctly. So let's take a look at specifics, and our talents for both weapons significantly boost performance. The Umbrella's healing tree expands the totem's radius, shortens cooldowns, and increases total output, while the Fan's talents buff healing efficiency, revive speed, and defensive bonuses that activate when teammates drop low. PvP players in particular will love talents that reduce incoming damage when healing allies under 30% HP, because these make you absurdly hard to kill while simultaneously supporting your team. Then, gear should emphasize maximum HP, healing bonus, and cooldown reduction. Where Winds Meet scales, healing slightly with elemental mastery, especially water or life, so mixing in elemental boosting equipment adds even more efficiency. Later refinements should stack healing power, energy regen, and on-heal effects to smooth over recovery windows. Next, Mystic Arts will tie the build together. Spirit Flow adds a passive healing zone that fits naturally into your cycle. Wind Surge gives you movement and dodge potential to keep pace with chaotic fights. And either Soothing Mist or Dragon's Breath amplifies your next heal or accelerates all healing within its range. Timing these arts right before your Fan's heavy heal or while your Umbrella is active can spike your team's recovery by a massive amount. Then, your internal skills further reinforce your identity as a sustain engine. Totemic Harmony extends Umbrella totem uptime. Spirit Infusion amplifies healing after using Mystic Arts, and Rejuvenating Pulse enhances heal tick speed while regenerating energy. Also, Dual Harmony gives a hybrid bump to both healing and elemental scaling for players who occasionally swap to a DPS weapon in solo play. And finally, the rotation is simple but powerful. We want to deploy the Umbrella totem, then swap to the Fan, then drop AoE recovery, then use your heavy revive heal if needed, then switch back to Umbrella for a direct burst heal, and from here, just rinse and repeat. In PvE, this creates near constant team stabilization during boss mechanics, while in PvP it turns you into the last player standing, because nobody can burst you down. Then, the second build pairs the Phantom Umbrella with the Soul Loss Rope Dart, which is a combination that transforms you into a high-speed, long-range executioner. Instead of healing, this Umbrella variant focuses on precision shots, teleport mobility, and one of the highest sustained range DPS loops in the game. The Rope Dart applies debilitating stacks of soul loss, clusters enemies together, and primes them for enormous heavy hit conversions. And then the Umbrella steps in with rapid ranged barrages that punish everything caught in the Rope Dart setup. Our build always will start fights with the Rope Dart. Its opener applies Soul Loss stacks, which is a damage boosting debuff that allows a devastating automatic heavy attack in charge stance. Because the transition is built directly into the Rope Dart's kit, you simply dash, debuff, and fire off a massive heavy hit without needing manual charge timing. And then when we go back to Umbrella, it becomes the main damage engine. Its ranged attacks account for more than half your total DPS, scaling hard with accuracy, elemental mastery, and crit rate. Our weapon talents will reinforce this synergy. The Rope Dart's martial arts amplifies soul loss, strengthens charge stance heavies, and increases debuff duration, so you can maintain damage windows. High-tier rope dart talents enhance finishers, making mob packs evaporate once rotation depth kicks in. Meanwhile, the Umbrella's talents enhance projectile speed, shrink cooldowns, and boost teleport finisher damage. Gear for this hybrid should balance offensive stats with survivability. Accuracy is crucial, so your Umbrella shots and rope dart debuffs land on agile PvP targets. Max HP protects you during teleport dives, and elemental damage, so wind or chi, depending on your scaling, which will drastically increases our burst potential. As you refine equipment, aim for crit, elemental mastery, and cooldown reduction to reduce downtime between basic attacks and rope dart heavies. Then, for Mystic Arts, Spirit Flow adds passive AoE damage. Wind Surge provides consistent mobility, and Dragon's Breath or Infernal Flow supercharges your next heavy hit. Use them right before a rope dart charge stance or umbrella ranged spam to create massive burst phases. Next, our talent choices should emphasize crit boosts, cooldown reduction, and control resistance. Rope dart combos require uninterrupted animations, and umbrella heavy shots rely on proper spacing, so avoiding CC is essential in both PvE and PvP. Also, our internal skills glue the build together. Umbrella-focused internals extend phantom duration and empower ranged hits, while spirit-boosting internals amplify damage after Mystic Arts, and Dual Harmony adds stamina and elemental scaling for consistent movement and damage. And finally, we've come to the rotation. We start with Rope Dart Dash, then use Soul Loss, then Automatic Heavy, then Weapon Swap, and now with Umbrella just Long Range Spam, then Phantom Teleport Dive, then Retreat Warp. Then from here, just combine in light attacks while waiting for cooldowns, and then from here, reapply Soul Loss and rinse and repeat. Overall, this build is fast, fluid, and deadly in both PvE and PvP. And now for the last build, we have the Umbrella and Fan, but this time not the healing variant, but the full DPS, which is focusing on ranged pressure, combo chains, aerial control, and constant weapon swapping. It's one of the most mechanically complex weapon styles in the game, requiring remapped controls, tight timing, and full understanding of aerial and fracture bone interactions. The Ninefold Umbrella introduces the core mechanic, Bloom Petals. Every Umbrella attack generates petals, and your heavy skill consumes them as your Umbrella floats in the air, attacking autonomously. While the Umbrella is active, you're free to swap weapons without losing damage, allowing your Fan to take over while the Umbrella rains projectiles. The entire style revolves around filling petals quickly, launching the Umbrella, swapping to the Fan, applying aerial and fracture bone debuffs, and letting the Umbrella damage skyrocket, while the Fan cycles its empowered follow-up attacks. Petal generation comes from two key Umbrella attacks. The first is the Charged Light Attack, a signature move where you fly upward while firing projectiles, giving you mobility and rapid petal generation. The second is a melee launch combo, which is a heavy attack followed by light, which surges forward and hits multiple enemies at once, filling petals extremely fast in group fights. The Inkwell Fan provides the second half of the rotation. Its Charged Light Attack summons a tornado that lifts enemies into the air, applying aerial and fractured bone debuffs. From here, the Fan can unleash a follow-up heavy strike that hits 3 times, or 5 times if empowered. Empowerment comes from either the Fan's heavy skill or its light skill, which adds a 30% projectile damage bonus and guarantees your next follow-up attack becomes the 5-hit version. Because this follow-up attack has a 6-second cooldown, optimizing your rotation means chaining empowered follow-ups every time the cooldown resets. Overall, this build's strength comes from its relentless pressure and layered damage sources. The Umbrella attacks while you're active on Fan. The Fan applies debuffs that amplify the Umbrella, and your rapid swapping makes the style feel like a true martial arts stance. It excels in both mob clearing and boss bursting, but requires strong control, remapping, awareness of cooldowns, and precise movement to play optimally. And as for gear, Mystic Arts, internal skills, and everything else, just follow the same healer setup, just with a more focus on getting DPS instead of healing. Most players prefer to use the DPS variant in solo and for leveling, while the healing variant for group play, so you can easily use the same setup and just switch between them depending on the content.